What's good, everybody? I'm Bobby Nuggs, and you're tuning to Carrying the Torch podcast, where we highlight the past plays by visionaries and pioneers from all walks of life. Today is a milestone episode for me, because I'm sitting next to one of my longtime friends, absolute legendary singer from one of my favorite bands in the entire world. It's great to see this man doing big things. My brother from another mother, Dan Kelly of Fortunate Youth.
What's up, Bobby?
What's up, DK?
Thanks for having me on.
Hey.
I feel so honored to be here right now. Me and him go back like so far back. I almost feel like it was high school.
It kind of was, man.
Oh, but it wasn't. You know,
I was like
high school's up the
21.
game.
Literally was. I first met you guys in 2011. So it's 2026. That's 15 solid years, you know?
The band is 17 years old, so it shows you he probably here was on the cutting edge of cutting edge.
Yeah,
when cutting edge was cutting.
Well, I think I found you guys because of YouTube. You uploaded, you know, one of your first albums, Our State of Mind, up there, and I was cool.
And that Mo Boogie. Remember Mo Boogie stuff?
the Mo Boogie dude was insane.
That was insane.
Still gathering views after all this.
Mo Boogie thing was it's something like a podcast.
Yeah.
Before podcasts were podcasts, and bands would go on, and in settings like this, they would play a song or two.
Yeah.
And these days, God, it feels like we're talking about ancient times, but these days, you would have a server, you know, and everyone, like, you're going to watch a streaming something, right, on YouTube, and if too many people are watching at the same time, it takes a long time for it to buff.
Absolutely, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So this was like dial-up days.
Everybody was trying to get it
just
on
outer dial-up days, you know, like
That's hilarious.
so.
Shout out to Mo Boogie, though.
Yeah, shout out to Mo Boogie, because it pioneered a lot of other things.
It's like was the Reggae's Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah, you know, that thing.
It set the format for
I think that was before Tiny Desk.
It might have been.
It definitely was before Tiny Desk.
2009.
Who knows? Maybe Tiny Desk got that from
They might have.
the Mo Boogie
That's what I'm
stuff.
saying. Setting the
So check it out. If you're interested in old school Cali reggae, I guess you call it now. You know, Soja and
All the good
Revolution
stuff,
and Fortunate Youth and Iration, all them. You could see them just as they were getting facial hair.
Yeah.
That's how long ago.
I was lucky
feel like
early on to like really befriend you guys, man, and meeting Fortunate Youth opened up so many doors for me and Scott Woodruff and Stick Figure, and so many guys are just really cool people. That's why I always gravitated towards you, because honestly, Fortunate Youth is a real deal, man. And you were true smokers too, so I think that was our common ground, right? You know what I mean? So before we get into things officially,
when slabs were slabs.
slabs.
Slabs
You know,
were
you guys have been
slabbing.
dabbing since the beginning, man.
You heard those long ones?
True pioneers, brother, snaking them on the nail. Before we actually kick things off, I just want to shout out our sponsors, Cold Room Drip, Underground Culture, Tier 401, Mr. Impossible's Apothecary. You guys, Ripple Maine, keep us going here at Carrying the Torch Podcast. Without you guys, we couldn't stay doing creative things like this. Now, Dan, we like to jump in by kind of doing a this or that, right?
All right.
I'm going to ask you 10 questions, A or B. You give me your most liked answer, okay?
Okay.
Shoes or no shoes?
No shoes.
All day. Charcoal grill or propane?
Charcoal.
All right, I see you. Affogato or coffee milk?
Affogato or coffee milk?
Have you ever tried coffee milk?
Have you tried pea milk?
No, I never tried pea milk. That sounds bomb, though.
It is kind of good. It's still
Sounds
very
like
weird.
it's some hippie stuff.
It's very hippie stuff. And banana milk, too.
Oh, I could go for some banana milk.
Banana milk's
I really like banana.
But I'm trying to do less dairy, so plant-based is where I'm trying to go. So, but I do love the affogato, so I'm going to go affogato.
Affogato's fancy. I didn't actually get introduced to it until later on in life.
If you get away, you don't have to put a lot of sugar because it's already in there.
Yeah, absolutely. As a Sicilian, the vanilla bean gelato, match made in heaven, man. We'll get more into the coffee talk, all right? So, tour bus or flying, man?
That's tough. It's, you know, it's a short drive or a long haul.
Exactly.
You know, so with this past few years we were doing, I love buses. I did a solo tour this spring, and I was on a bus, and now I'm on another bus.
It's a
I
whole
live
way
on the
of
bus.
life,
I live on the road
on the
mostly. It's my home. I'll go to my house.
For the last
it looks pretty good today.
17 years.
Yeah, seriously.
You guys have been...
Tour bus, you know.
Shout out to the way of life and that lifestyle of tour bus living and just being on tour, man, because this beats you up, beats you down, and you know you're blessed to still be out here doing your damn thing, man. You guys have grown exponentially. I love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, are you vinyl records or more streaming playlists?
I'm a vinyl record guy.
Old school.
You know, just because I love the feel and the nostalgia. But if I want to be brutal honest, I don't even own a record player.
It's hard. They're so bulky.
And you got to get a good one, because
That's another
you can
thing.
have. I feel like you can't have the speakers attached to the record player.
Yes.
So therefore, the speakers cost as much as the record player. Looking at $5, maybe
Unless you get a
each
good
one.
thrift store.
Yeah. But you know,
Vinyl.
Vinyl.
Hell yeah. Bring it back, man. Everything comes full circle. Everything retro and old school and nostalgic is like so in right
Some
now,
good
too.
things just don't go away.
Absolutely. The other day I actually was thrifting and I found the old school Cheech and Chong record from the Doobie Brothers, and it had the paper inside of it,
Ooh.
which you never see. I was like, by chance, you have that record? He's like, yeah, it was $12. I was like, mine. I opened it and it had the paper inside. I gifted it to owner of this dispensary. So you never know what you find out there in those records, man.
True.
Danny, late night studio session or early morning sesh?
Oh, man. You know, I am a daytime sesher
Hell yeah.
just because it's like a 9 to 5.
Yep, 9 to 5.
And I don't have a 9 to 5 because this is my 9 to 5.
Feeling creative during the day. The
So,
sunshine.
you know, yeah, you get...
I feel like
if the
sunshine
painter
has
is
a lot
going
to
to
do with
paint, is he
Absolutely.
going to paint at night or the daytime? I guess it just depends on the mood.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if it was majority, I do favor, you know, the daytime stuff because you got this thing me and my wife call RPS, real people shit,
Okay.
you know, and you got to get back to that.
Shout
And
out to RPS.
RPS, you got to find your balance in life. And, you know, if some road warriors and studio warriors, they're just nights, holidays, and weekends, and that's just too much.
I'm sure
much.
mentally everything it ends up taking a toll out of you. Look, this guy's dropping out guitar picks from mid-air right now. I love it. Well, let's move on, all right? So homemade tacos or wood-fired pizza, family? What you going for?
Oh, man, he's got the tough ones right now.
I know you are an amazing cook. I got to stay at your house for a week one time, and you cooked for me every single day. So you, my friend, you can chef it up. I know
totally
you can.
forgot about
And you put me onto the tri-tip, which
yeah.
I never got to try before, no pun intended. And
It's a West Coast thing.
It is a West Coast
It's a West Coast thing.
We don't have it out here. Tri-tip is bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
But what you choose, homemade tacos or wood-fired pizza? If you,
I'm a super pizza guy.
yeah, we need to collab.
But I make my own dough, you know,
Absolutely.
because it's crazy the stuff we eat out there. I've opened a bunch of restaurants and been a chef before this musical career. And, you know, I was working at Wolfgang's when they actually had the saucier, which is someone that makes the soups, makes the sauces, right? And then I was there when they let that guy go. And then who replaced it was a bag
Yeah, exactly.
of already made stuff.
Already
and
made
so
stuff.
that's when I kind of
Sauces are so highly respected, especially in like French cuisine.
Yes.
Sauce is like such a huge component to
everything.
like finishing a dish.
Yeah.
That's the cherry on top. You know?
So food's not real today, and
It's weird.
you got to make your stuff at home and go and find your favorite food. And I hope you get inspired to make it at home because you live a lot longer.
I love your enthusiasm for food. I know you've been doing some cooking episodes and videos and content. My man, you've been staying busy, but food has always been at the heart of like who you are,
Yeah,
what you do.
I have a cookbook, and I'm in the process, and I already put one out in the spring, but now I've kind of like it was for a package in that tour, which is a long story, but
I love that.
so good.
Thinking outside the
So
box and
good.
trying new things. Like when I first met you, I don't know if we would have talked about you doing a cookbook.
Oh yeah,
You know, so it's like, come on, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Congratulations.
Life is short. Make sure you try to
is
do
short,
all the
man.
things. Flip all the cups.
Absolutely. And just keep thriving, keep adapting, keep evolving. At the end of the day, that's the
Like this
number one goal.
podcast.
This is my new endeavor, man. We out here, episode 13 today. Thank you, Dan Kelly, for you.
Lucky
For
13.
years, Lucky 13. For years of endless support, man. I've seen you guys perform over like 40 times.
Yeah.
Through 7 to 10 states at least. And
Yeah.
we're open arms. I even gotten to go to 17th Street Studios in LA.
Yeah.
And I camped out at the studio on the floor
Yeah.
while you guys recorded a whole album for
It's
3
true.
days.
It's
Got to
true.
see the fights, the tears,
Oh,
the
yeah.
blood,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff, man. So like I'm part of FY's fam,
It's true.
man. You know,
It's
like,
true.
you guys have inspired me.
Did you get one of these yet?
I need to get one. I got
Oh,
space too.
yeah, we gotta get
I'm
one of
fully
these.
sleeved up now.
Yeah,
man.
this is true. When I met him, he was not.
No, I was not. I really didn't have no tattoos, but I need to get the FY 420.
Yeah, yeah.
So reggae festival or intimate backyard jam?
Oh man, that's tough. But it's the same to me. You know, you won't find me at the green room most of the time. I like to go out there and see the bands and see the fans, and I kind of like to hear their stories sometimes. I think there's not a day where a fan doesn't come up and tell me how important this music has been to them, how much their lives have been affected and changed in the most positive way. You know, and it's always mostly like, you know, I wrote a song yesterday at the sound check. It was called This International Reggae Man. And, you know, we get this awesome opportunity to go in, put our foot down on new grounds, and positively change the people around us, you know. And And I think it's the most wonderful job you can have. And so it's about festivals, you know, and in the small shows. Right now, I'm blessed this year. I'm doing weddings and graduations and stuff at people's houses, you know, just because I just did a full tour by myself, and that was in venues, and it was connecting with the people. It's brought back this whole new, you know, 17 years in the game, you know, you kind of feel like you get old, you know, like it's kind of monotony, right?
Breathe life into it.
Yeah, you know, and it's been beautiful just to reconnect. You know, I found new sobriety these days, not drinking for the past 3 years, and so finding the love for myself, for the fans, for the music, for the art, you know, it's been a really cool experience. So that's a great question. This guy's good today, you know?
Hell yeah.
I think I dig the house party.
Hell yeah, house party vibes.
So hard to choose. They're both really good. Why'd you do that?
You need to sing to the lyrics, though. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the home, the cooking on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
You know, man, like that's, I've been blessed to see you perform like a backyard session, like in you guys' backyard before. So like something like that, just, it's a little different.
It's an experience.
More family-like. And
the experience is something you can't sell.
Absolutely.
You know, we've gotten so old and used to going and getting a ticket and going to a show, seeing the show. And that's it. You go home, you know, it was a good night. You know, and I think there could be something more. I think there could be something more offered to the fan experience, you know, with the dining experience offered this last tour was really cool. And just that's why we do a VIP bus VIP thing, because we're trying to put that house party back in the bus.
Love it, man.
And
it's all about the party at the end of the day. Also, safe responsibility nowadays, man. And, you know, times have changed. You got to be careful out here and take care of yourself. Partying is different. You can have a party, just enjoy music, you know, and relax and kick it, a little Cali smoke. But
alcohol is poison, guys.
I've been sober 17 years this year, my brother. So,
only going up, you know.
Only going up, my man.
You can't have even keel.
No.
Because if you don't have some kind of even keel in life, how can we ever thrive instead of survive? This is a crazy thing.
So true.
It's a crazy thing.
Now, after a decade and a half, man, what's one of the biggest real life lessons you've learned while being on the road and being a part of Fortune Youth?
Cool. Life lessons learned on the road. You know, you can't sweat the petty stuff. You know, and you can't let anyone's emotions be your emotions. You know,
and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
What was this comedian name that said that?
Ashley.
Thank you, George Carlin. R.I.P.
No, it's so true, though, man.
So I'm glad you guys caught that.
Over the years, so many times being in the tour bus and just traveling place to place, like, you know, there have been difficulties. Has there been one instance that stuck out to you where, like, that you really learned from it? Like,
oh man, this road, you know, we're trapped and we're surrounded by brothers and colleagues, whether they're colleagues or brothers at one time or the other. It's all the same. And we all go through divorces, breakups, deaths, dogs going away, weddings you're not there, funerals you're not able to attend. You kind of pick and choose this road battle, and you kind of answer to the road gods on a lot of these things. You know, there is a higher thing in front of you, and it's kind of puts you in a place of things, you know. Then you have to choose these times of sacrifice, because at the end of the day, the biggest commodity we all own is time. We don't know how long we have,
well said.
And we try to do the best we can with it. And so when you're on the road with your colleagues for a long time, it's tough. And you got to be there for them as much as you wish they would be there for you. It's just, you know, you really show your inner person. You know, whatever kind of person you are, it's going to show up on the road. You know. You got some shit at home, it's going to show up on the road. You're going to have to pick up your colleagues a little bit. You sometimes trip them, you know? Yeah, you gotta.
Sounds like a good way to cleanse, too.
You got to cleanse.
You know, like, you get it all out there, then you go home and none of that shit goes back through the door at the house. You know, it's like, your family, you guys are all brothers, man. It's like being and operating together at such a successful level and just continuing to get busier and busier, I'm sure has been constant life adjustment. Hell, I even remember commuting to Boston, seeing you guys broken down on the side of the road with the flat tire, on tours. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So there's always so many variables, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
Props for always sticking it out and being there and performing for the fans and throwing the.
It's the road gods. It's a
Road gods.
It's a theory that we kind of put back in the day. It's like, how hard do you want to be here?
Yeah.
Because the road gods will give you an opportunity, aka an obstacle, and you can take that obstacle and you can go home, or you can go through it. And when you go through it, and then you have a habit of just going through it, you eventually have enough willpower and thick skin to handle all the storms and all the fights and all the things. So find your road god out there, no matter what career you're in. It's the same mentality, you know, these thoughts of how these musicians, how these CEOs, how these people with a dream, a desire, an urge, a burning urge inside them to do something. These are the road gods testing us and seeing how far can we go.
Now, what moment did you kind of really realize Fortunate Youth was kind of taking off? Like, and you guys were maybe going to go somewhere with this.
I think it was like, shoot, I always kind of thought, you know, they were going to do something, and they're going to be a monumental cornerstone in the community of music itself, whether it fell in the line of whatever genre it needed to, or it needed to create its own genre. You know, I figured that I, as a singer, I was back in the day before I was in Fortunate Youth. I was making pizza at Domino's, and next door was a skateboard shop, and that skateboard shop was friends with a band called Pennywise, and Pennywise lived just behind the shop, you know, the street, and so I became good friends with those guys. But, you know, and I didn't know much about punk music or anything, and so the drummer, you know, he's like, bro, you got this voice and you got this talent, and I don't think you know it yet, but. And I was like, well, what do I do to get out there like you guys? You guys are out there and you're touring, and I never even went to a show before when I had this conversation. But I knew they were just like this huge band. They were the first band to take Sublime on tour, Pennywise. Huge. So he was like, bro, you got to break the mold. You got to be this thing and break the mold, because, you know, everybody's trying to follow everybody, you know, and you're the farthest thing from anybody. So go be that somebody and let it rip. You know, and so I took those words of advice and
from a legend.
You know, and it worked out. So in that theory, in that moment, in that conversation, I figured whatever we're going to be, whatever I'm going to be, and whatever I'm going to be a part of, I need to make it be breaking the mold. I need to make it its own thing, you know, like the Grateful Dead. Okay. You know, like we can go watch the Grateful Dead. When you're at a Grateful Dead show, you're not watching the Grateful Dead. You are part of the music, the sound. You are the fans. You are getting your coffee or your donut or something in the line, and everyone is singing the same song. And we're happy because you are too. And then we're all one, you know. And the Grateful Dead and Fortunate Youth, it's like an oxymoron. It's somewhat the same, you know, grateful, fortunate, dead youth. So. And those mentalities, I never
even thought of that. I am covered in Grateful Dead tattoos, man. Like,
whenever we wanted to make this thing, we wanted to make it to where it was actually a community, and we're gonna all grow old and carry it on, and that was the pinnacle, you know, of Fortunate Youth and what it kind of was going for in the fundamental, you know, foundation wise. And so I love the festivals. I love going out there, and I love pumping the crowd up. I love them feeling like they are part of the family. And every day we could be sitting at this table, and that's why they share their vulnerability stories of how this music's changed their life. And I can't imagine it'd be any different from any great band. And I have to figure out where we were going with this question.
You know, it's just talking about like the fundamentals of kind of where you guys knew you were going to take off and make
yes,
it.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a cool moment.
I feel like I always feel
the first step. You kind of knew, and I think timing had such a good.
Oh man, yeah.
A good play in you guys' hand with things too, because you know at that time a lot of these extremely popular reggae bands now were just putting their stuff for free out on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
All these streaming platforms didn't exist. Facebook wasn't really even a thing yet. Yeah. I had literally friend requested these guys on Facebook, their personal pages back in like 2010. I was like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'd love to meet you. Can I come to the show? And like, fuck yeah, come chill, kid.
Always bold.
And
always brave.
you have to. You got to ask. And since day one, you have always accepted me and everybody else as part of the FY family. So I really think you broke the mold.
Oh,
You
good.
didn't just break the mold, you created your own.
Yeah.
You know, your outspokenness as a band and as individuals with the plant also, I think, is like made you guys vulnerable. You showed true colors when everybody else was scared to on a mainstream level, right? Let's talk about that, because on a mainstream level, there was no other bands. Maybe Cypress Hill, a few Snoop Dogg. In the reggae community, you'd be surprised not as many of these guys were as outspoken about the plant as you would hope. But you guys are real cannabis activists since day one.
How do you make every house and every venue the same venue? You know, you make it you make it your house. You know,
Backbone.
we were not. I'm from Mississippi. It's kind of the hidden secret of it all. I'm from Mississippi, and so when I left Mississippi, I was like, if I stay here, I'm going to prison because I'm going to smoke some weed.
Damn right.
I feel like their beliefs is not a real belief. I feel like it was a system. So I left Mississippi, went to California, and pot was it was everywhere. There were old people smoking it, and no one was going to hell. And I'm like, what the fuck? So when we got this band going, and the weed started coming up, I didn't hesitate really, and I didn't think much of what it was doing to the community. I didn't realize until I look back, and Burn One is such a iconic song, and Burn One, whenever you play it in the venue, the venue comes alive, and people come out of their little shy thing, you know, and then they smoke some pot, and then we're all sharing this pot. Now we're all breaking the bread,
setting off fire alarms,
and setting off fire alarms.
But cannabis, it's always like it's almost like that's a baseline in itself of everybody's lives. Right?
Today I worry that it's a hindrance, you know.
I can see that.
We're here this was like 17 years ago. We're breaking the bread across America in cities and towns where it is straight illegal, and we did not give a fuck. And I don't know.
You guys pioneered some.
We totally didn't give a shit. And I don't know if I was drinking too much and just fucking loved to rip a bunch of joints.
A little bit of both. I think that is the civil disobedience factor, and like, you know, being an activist, and like the changes happened, and now legalization is taking form everywhere, even in the southern states and Midwest, Florida.
Yeah, Mississippi too.
Over 1.1 million patients. They just hit over one.
They needed that.
So they're on the verge of legalization. So you know, and you can feel a little safer now, but still, we've gotten too comfortable, man. People are still getting in trouble.
They're controlling your birthrights and your weed smoke. I mean, what's the wrong state to be in?
That's what I'm saying.
But
now, speaking of the herb and the plant a little bit, I know that, you know, recently you've taken up sobriety.
Yeah.
So over the last 3 years, what was the initial factor and turning point for you as someone who's drank for, you know, a good portion of your life, to change your life completely? And, you know, what was the initial factor and change for you to do that?
You know, life and death situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the wifey, I met this beautiful lady, and she was, you know, watching someone's life through a third person perspective is pretty hard whenever you are a rock star guy and you drink 2 bottles a night, and it doesn't even matter what bottle it would be. And so it gets tough, and she had to see a lot of that, and the boys watched a lot of that for years, and they tried to help Stern Talks and Slightly Stupid and all these other people, and little troubles how to get into the body itself physically. It's tough to, you know, my joints were starting to affect, you know, a lot of things, and I would come off from the road, and it would take a week to get back to somewhat of a normal health, but then, you know, it's been 3 years, and I still feel pain from those drinking days, from the joint. So definitely I partied like a rock star, and, you know.
Got tired of it.
I hated the job itself. You know, when COVID happened, it was a beautiful thing, a kismet kind of a moment, because you couldn't go on the road anymore, and you had to, like, deal with life. And so I drank more and dealt with life, like, fun. It was pretty good. Then, you know, I eventually went on a Michael Franti cruise a few years ago. My father passed away just before the cruise, and I got the drinking package. And when everyone goes on a cruise ship, you go out and do excursions. I didn't. I went to the bar because there was no one at the bar, and I was stoked. And I would get like cocktails. I guess I was such a debauchery that Michael Franti himself hit up the management of the band, and you know, the management ended up sending me the email, and in that I was more like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I will show you, and I will do 6 months, and
Good for you.
and wifey was stoked on it, and I was just there, and it wasn't anywhere else to go, because you're just there, you're not going to lose your job because you are the job, and it's giving you whatever you want anyway. So, but you have to figure out for yourself, it was a strong battle, and I tried for a long time to lower the alcohol content and try to figure out a way to make it work and balance some unbalanced, stable thing, but truthfully, I love alcohol, and if, I start drinking it, I like to drink 2 shots at a time, and we're just going to keep this train rolling hard.
You're Irish too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's in your bloodlines, and I come from a family of severe alcoholics. Like, my uncle's liver bled out in his sleep from, drinking liter of vodka every single day of his life, It comes to a point where you got to choose, because you're not going to get any younger, you're not going to get any better. I think, man, we need you.
Oh,
we all love you so much. I think that
there's such a better happiness on the other side.
Hell yeah.
We were caught up in something. How you're caught up in something is you're thinking about it whenever you shouldn't be. We're out, we're just having a good time. We're out and we're just having a good time. Yeah. And now this thought keeps running through my mind, then of alcohol or whatever that is, you have to control this. You have to be the samurai of your mind.
I love that.
In some way, be in control of your mind. You could tell your mind today, I'm just not going to do it, and see who wins. See who wins. Take your own challenge out there, whatever the advice is, and then run it back. Run the game back. You know what? I'm going to win today, and I'm going to win tomorrow, and I'm going to see how it goes. There will be a time whenever that thought will be a distant thought.
Yes.
And you know what? What are you thinking then? You are on an even keel of a plateau to where it doesn't have hills and valleys of just your head trip, Try to keep that even keel a little bit. You might actually find the other side of joy. You might find the other side of life. I have found the other side. It's the other dimension, bro.
I'm proud of you.
It's the first time I've lived life without alcohol, and I'm 47, and it's been a long haul. And
coaching a milestone too.
My son's 22. He's kind of hitting the same battle, and trying to get into it. I'm like, man, how about this? The first 5 years,
Yeah.
Why don't you just try to not drink for the first 5
Good
years?
for you.
And he's on the
My father gave me my first sip of beer, Budweiser, when I was 4.
Yeah.
My dad too is a severe alcoholic.
Yeah. It's a systemic thing,
It is.
His dad probably didn't know any different. His dad didn't know any different.
It was the 90s. It was a different time.
Different
But it's kind of
time,
crazy,
man.
right? Michael
Smoking cigarettes and shit.
Franti, in a way, blessed you.
Yeah, good conversation.
Now it's kind of part of your story, right? That Franti kind of snitched on you a little bit and looking out for you way, right?
Well, he was
and
like, go fix
your
this guy.
Trajectory.
He's got so much talent. You're going to let this guy just dwindle. It's like the record industry back in the day. Let everyone die.
Literally everybody.
Everyone die.
And leading into that, mental health conversations, I think, in the music industry aren't talked about nearly enough. Yeah. Do you think that artists should be more transparent about what they're going through out here?
Absolutely, and I think that in the industry itself, of music industry, we have to protect our artists, and the thriving artists. Sure, we're just a bunch of bums with talent, and we need healthcare. We need a place to go and get that.
Sanctuary.
Whether it's addictions of sex, drugs, and alcohol, hey, we're here for it.
There's foundations.
There's foundations for it, but it's not like. It's
got to be a step further sometimes.
Yeah, it should be like one of these government free. Well, insurance should be free. Government, absolutely. Come on. But
it should cover different hallucinogens and stuff like that also.
Absolutely. Hey, big ups to the plant medicines, ayahuasca, and what you.
Is that part of what helped you in your journey?
Yeah, immensely. Last year I did 9 ceremonies.
Amazing.
And it took the sobriety part to get there, and to clean up the body and to clean up all those things. And then the next step was, let's go fix what was the issue. Let's go mentally and physically, let's get in there. That's a whole podcast for another.
Brother.
Yeah.
Not only did you go sober off of alcohol, you started to try to cure some of these traumas. Yeah. And whatever past instances you've had that have led to,
systemic issues. I'm trying to fix the generations to come.
Me too.
And my own family and life, and I think, we are all in these different situations in life to where we end up putting ourselves in the corner pocket. And then we have this whole body. We never even experience, being off alcohol. I get to experience these different emotions and go through it.
Feels good.
Feels good, There's this concept that you never really realize until you get on the other side. And so being on that other side, then taking these plant medicines in Peru and Costa Rica, and I actually take people with me.
You do retreats, right?
Do retreats, and I'm not a shaman. I don't administer the medicine. I'm the guy next to you taking the medicine. I'm on my journey, and
that's awesome.
And part of my journey is your journey.
I like that.
Finding yourself and healing yourself. It's healing me. Just like AA, they go and they communicate about their issue. The similarities of the do across the circle has the same similarities. So now we feel as a community connected, and that's humanity. So we're getting to this humanity of who we are and getting to the animalistic, real,
the greater understanding.
Yeah.
There are layers to
so
life, to the mind, and when you have that veil lifted off of you, it's like a refreshment. It happened to me too. That's why these tribute tattoos are about my own personal experiences with it all that happened when I was 20 and I was stone sober.
See?
So it's been such a crazy fun journey for me in particular, and like never ending. You know what I mean? I'm still learning and adjusting. Now, DK, I've been loving this conversation, man. Now, outside of music, you've been getting into some new business endeavors, my man, I've been seeing.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about like these new projects you got going on in the coffee world and beyond?
There's a lot. Coffee it came to Fortunate Youth a few years ago, and probably 3 years ago when I started my sober journey, and Greg Gilp, the guitarist, found this cool guy at a farmer's market, and he had a coffee, 2 coffee spots, and Greg was going to get coffee for Fortunate Youth, and somehow it kind of took a few months, over a year or something like that, and so I love the guy's coffee, and so I told the guy, I was like, just give me 100 pounds, and I'll put it on my website.
Also.
I've been, doing a lot of solo music adventures. Fortunate Youth, we have got a bunch of babies since COVID, and there's no need to work the band every weekend, 52 weekends a year. You got to find that balance and such. And so I've been doing a lot of solo projects. I started my own label, my own agency, and it's called Dank House.
I love that.
Like Dan Kelly, but Dank House. And and so just trying to get it going.
Keep evolving.
And I'm very excited for all these cool endeavors. And the fans are amazingly supportive. And it's been very gratifying just to be putting stuff out. This last tour I did in the spring was called the Anthem Tour, and I'm working on the Anthem album. I recorded it last year in January, and I've just been so busy. I did Warped Tours last year solo, and all these things. Even this year, I've put out a song every month with another band, except 1 month. So it's like 5 songs this year.
Samba hits fire.
Yeah, so we got 5 tracks this year. I've already done 2 festivals of a full national tour, and some shows of Fortunate Youth, and now we're on a Fortunate Youth tour. So, and I won't be stopping this whole year. It's going to be every weekend, whether it's a graduation or someone's house, just full throttle. But the Anthem tour had this cool experience to where I had the VIP. I got to cook for them, and I had a menu of 14 dishes. And while I was in Costa Rica doing a bunch of ayahuasca, the chef there, it was a remarkable chef. He was from Canada. Him and his lady, they were great. And so I talked to him in November, and I was like, I got this idea, and I want you to be my chef to come with me. And so we made a cookbook, and the fans, I chose one of the 14 dishes a night, and it was such a good experience to have everyone there. And it was a new experience, doing it for years, and I actually miss it, It was 7 weeks of tour, and then I feel like I could have gone an extra 2 weeks, Just this tour we're on now is 3 weeks long, and some of the boys are like, I need to get home.
Yeah, usually you want to get home. You're like, I want to extend this one.
Yeah, I know. It was cool. And that was the first time having that feeling. And And this goes along with the sobriety and the mental health and like all these things that you picked me at a good time to have a podcast.
Man, I've been following
you. Really have.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm, first of all, super proud of you as a friend.
There's no one else I can really open up to, so this is really nice.
It means a lot to have you on this platform and to be able to get to share your story with our listeners is everything to me. One day back today, I told you guys I was going to get you on the cover of a magazine. I did that shit. We out here, man. Like, FY is in my blood. You guys mean so much to me, dude. And it's cool to see you thriving, getting better, becoming better men, individuals out here in the world, in this community. You're guiding light. You're carrying the torch in so many different ways.
Cheering the torch.
For the people above you, beyond you, here, gone. It's cool to see. Rest in peace, Jacko. Like, all of our people here and gone, man. Like, you know what I mean? Let our listeners know, Danny, 3 things that you, when you're off tour, chef up in the kitchen.
Okay. I like to pick different nationalities. So I'll go with some Thai curry, and my wife is getting more vegetarian, so I have to challenge myself a lot more. And then I'll go for a pizza. And it's really nice. And then, what is the third one? I would say a nice pasta dish. And my wife cooks it. It's pretty good. It's like the Sicilian thing, and then I'll get down with the focaccia. With all the goodies in the focaccia. It's so like spongy.
You've been hanging out with Joe Samba too much, bro.
Oh, he needs his sauce. He needs his gravy, his Italian gravy, AKA that's red marinara sauce. If you guys don't know,
Man, thank you so much for joining me today on today's episode.
Of course, thank you.
Shout out again to our sponsors: Cold Room Drip, Tier 401, Mr. Impossible, The Pot to Carry, Underground Culture, Ripple Maine. We love you guys. You keep the flame lit at Carrying Torch podcast. But before we wrap things up, we have something truly special popping off right now. The man himself is about to give you guys a quick acoustic song of Fire, one of my favorite tracks Dan sings. Dan, you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Carrying the Torch podcast. I appreciate you guys. Fortunate Youth, Dan Kelly, let's go.
This song's called Fire. Oh, now see this town I'm living in, yes, gets so hot all the time. Oh, my job's on this line and my girl is gone by. Well, there's no use being the one to keep on living the rat race. Well, I'm not gonna be the one to keep up with this pace. A lifelong tragedy. Oh, it's bring me down to my knees, oh yes. A lifelong tragedy. Is made them blind, oh no, so blind that they'll never see it. Oh, banana fire, oh, where you been around? See no, oh no, see all about fire, but where you been run, yes, see it's banana fire, oh no, where you been around? See no, oh no, see all about fire, the way you been run, yes, oh, see it's banana, Lord, the money, well, they never the same. We don't really know well which one to blame. Well, I blame it on the fortunate ones who not caught up with the money. Forgot about the law, but I will go. Remember my stride and keep my head up and never let it go by. But tell me if you see, yes, the money woman. You tell her I'm the man. Ooh, with all the loving. Oh, banana fire. Oh, where you been around? See no, oh, no, I see all about fire. But where you been run, yes, see it's banana fire. Oh, no, where you been running? See no, oh, no, I see all about fire. Where you been run, no, I see you running so. Well, it ain't love, it ain't kind, it ain't nothing, it ain't mine. I'll tell you this love, well, always made me so blind. I see love, oh, just like the sea. Makes you wanna see, oh, make you wanna be. But I see love, yes, oh, flying out that window. And I ask myself, oh, no, where does it even go? They tell you much about this in the fire. Oh, no, where you been around? See the oh, no, I see all about fire. No, where you been run, yes, see it's been on fire. Oh, no, where you been around? Oh, no, I see all about the light. Oh, this fire. Oh, no. Ooh.